microeconomics and the macroeconomics. What are the microeconomics and macroeconomics? Micro is taken from a Greek word which means small. Microeconomics, if we define it, is the study of a specific economic units, particular firms, particular households, individual prices, wages, income, individual industry, particular commodities. We can get an example like microeconomics analysis and talks about the demand of an individual consumer for a good. Through that we study the market for a product. But the macroeconomics is the completely bigger picture of the economics. Also, we can say the other half of economics. And macro is taken from Greek word which means large, and the macroeconomics, the study of behavior of the economy as a whole, and in other words, deals with the total aggregates such as national income, output, employment, total consumption, aggregate saving. Aggregate, when we say aggregate, means big or large or total of many units, investment, and general levels of prices. Let's learn more why microeconomics and macroeconomics are important and what are their limitations and problems. The importance of microeconomics is that it is helpful in understanding working of free market economy. It helps in knowing the conditions of efficiency and working of the economy without central control, and the study of welfare of economy. These are the importance of microeconomics. But when we talk about limitations, there are also limitations in microeconomics. Assumption of full employment in the economy, which is unrealistic. Assumptions of laissez-faire policy. Laissez-faire policy is a kind of policy that governments, or we can also call it a very short way to understand non-interference in the affair of others, or non-interference policy, is a kind of policy that opposes governmental regulations for interference in commerce. It's like maybe our teacher will give a very concrete example, definition of it after I quickly finish this. So 2 more slides left. But this is a kind of policy which was used in the 19th century and believed by Adam Smith and John Stuart Mill that they are good policies. But with the coming of industrialization and the classic economy, they proved that they are not adequate and they are not good. So no longer it is practiced in any country in the world. Because of microeconomics is the limitation of it in the laissez-faire policy, because it assumes laissez-faire policy in usage. It studies also part of the economy, but not the whole economy. This is another limitation of microeconomics. If you go to macroeconomics, what is the importance of macroeconomics and the limitation of macroeconomics? We see it is helpful in understanding the determination of economic and employment, income and employment, determination of general level of prices. But in microeconomics, we deal with just the prices, not the general level. Economic growth, macroeconomics and business cycles, international trade, income shares from the national income, unemployment and microeconomic policies, global income, economic system. These are the important issues which are dealt in microeconomics studies. But what are the limitations of macroeconomics? Macroeconomics ignores the welfare of the individual, which was the opposite. In microeconomics, it deals with the welfare of individual. It analyzes only regards or only considers the aggregations as homogeneous, but does not look into its internal compositions. For example, it only talks about the national income and takes all the income of, if the total income of the national national income is rising. It doesn't think of it also comes in the next one, the limitation. It's not necessary that all aggregate variable are important. Like it's not necessary if the salary of a clerk is rising or a teacher is rising, as long as the national income is rising. So these are the limitations of macroeconomics, and because of this, when we mix the two studies, macro and microeconomics, because of this, it is called two halves of economics, which are very important for understanding both micro and macro to be a professional economics person. So why we want to study economics? I put another small topic here to be very interesting. Why we study economics at all when we talk about economics? So it is a good intellectual value, and also it has practical advantages like professional and personal application. Economics for the political leaders, for example, is very important. For example, poverty and development, it broadens our eyes about poverty and development. Economics for the citizens, citizens should know also what is it and how the governments deal with the income, growth, development, and so on, crisis, inflation, and so on, deficits we call it, and so on. And economics for best interests of society. As a whole, this subject or this knowledge is used to make a better society, to make a better life, to help people, humans, to have a better way of living together in a social system, as we are all humans or socials. So because of this, economics is very important. But maybe there are a lot of advantages, a lot of importances, but I found these very, very good. Thank you very much. My presentation is over. Sorry if I have taken long time, and if you have any question, I will be glad to answer. If I can't, I will request our teacher to help me.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Miyako, for a very nice presentation. So let's see if anybody has any questions. Mr. Sabri, do you have any questions?
If there is still time for that.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just need some elaboration about the intellectual value, the last slide.
Can you repeat your question again? What about intellectual value?
I need some more elaboration on the intellectual value.
Okay, Mr. Miyako, would you give some extra explanation on intellectual value?
Yes, sir. Why not? I will try to tell something, but if it is not enough, maybe I request you, sir, if you can also add something.
Sure.
Intellectual value. It's our. You know that economics helps to increase our knowledge. The value of our understanding broadens our views and our understanding about balanced thinking in life. For example, it helps you in your personal life and whatever you do to think always as a balanced way. Also, we human beings always dependent on one another in daily needs. As I told you, we are social beings, and one of the important things in economics is to help us to work in the best way for the interest of society, which if our intellectual understanding and the value of understanding economics, if we know it better, we can live better. That is, which helps us in a very good way to think intelligently, to deal with the things intelligently, and have a balanced outlook of everything in life. So, if you want to add anything.
Yeah, thank you for a very nice explanation. Yeah, that's true. Intellectual value is basically economics. A lot of economists believe that economics is the foundation of every country. Like when you see crime goes up, they say that it's because of economical issues. Like when countries are experiencing a depression or like unemployment or any of those aspects of economics that we have discussed in detail during the class, you will see that it will influence the happiness of the people or level of crime. Like there was a study done within the past couple of years that U.S. has been experiencing very high unemployment, like in certain areas, like in East Coast, where the car industries were very big, and those of those companies that had to close down and a lot of people were unemployed, that increased the crime rate tremendously in some of those cities. So there's a very direct relationship between economics and happiness, well-being of individuals and the society and the country. So understanding that, it's a very valuable knowledge that helps the individuals, the households, the society to flourish, to do better, and solve a lot of problems. So that's definitely something that every household is in need of. Very nice presentation, Mr. Miyako. So let's go to Mr. Saburi for next presentation, as he mentioned that he's ready. So let's make him the presenter. And also your microphone is on. So you can go to quick start, and then on share my desktop, on the right hand side there's an arrow. If you press on it, you'll see share your desktop, or you can browse a file and upload it onto the class, like Mr. Miyako. So please go ahead, Mr. Saburi.
Thank you very much. I'm just trying to upload my file.
Sure.
Salam to your professor and the class fellows. I have a very short presentation about the GDP and other relevant terms that account for that is closely used with GDP. That is the national strategy, and the GDP and its relation with the national strategy and with the term of public welfare, and also the gross national happiness. I think there is something wrong with. Yeah, I think it's okay. There's some messing up with my slide, but I hope nothing gets hidden there. Yeah, we got the definition of gross domestic product, that is the measure of the income and expenditure of the economy, and that's very clear, and is a total market value of all final goods and services produced within the country in the given period of time, and it is all focusing on these four factors: that the government purchases, the investment that's done in a country, and the net exports, that is the combination of the imports and exports and consumption. So these are the factors that economists are trying to calculate GDP, and it accounts for the overall the growth, the economic growth in a country. So it is more focused on the economic growth of a country. What I'm trying to say in this next slide is that how GDP is nowadays accounted for drafting national strategies. Most strategists are using this GDP as a factor of growth, and they see the trend of GDP in the course of their strategy time. That, for example, if it is a 5-year strategy, they see that how the GDP has grown in that period. So they say that whether they're going toward they're getting better or they are getting worse. So how to fix these problem in strategy, or maybe they change the strategy or some policies in order to reach to increase their GDP. And there are some other issues that they are very important in a society, but they are not they're related, but they are not specifically mentioned in the GDP. That's the security issue. Of course, when there is the GDP going higher, of course it directly affects the security. But security as a solid concept is not considered there. And also environmental problems, that's very much important nowadays, is not considered. So the Clinton administration a few years back, they talked about the green GDP, and also the concept of economics. They were working on an index, a measure of economic welfare. So how do they whether the spending that does not add for a better life? There are a lot of spendings, but whether does it add for a better life, or the commuting costs and national defense, these are other things. If it is bad, so it is deducted from the GDP. And the losses associated with pollution, there's and the real GDP is then the multiplication of the measured GDP times the index of measure of economic welfare. And the last slide is, I think it is, you cannot see the last slide properly. I cannot see it. Yeah. Let me, for the last slide, share my desktop, because it will be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Nowadays another concept is the gross national happiness. That is talking about nowadays that the gross national happiness is more important than gross national product. The Bhutanian government we're talking about there, they are considering these 7 factors: economic wellness, environmental wellness, physical, mental, workplace wellness, social wellness, and political. So these were some topics that I had about GDP and related factors. I hope I'm not taking much time. Yeah, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Saburi, for your very nice presentation. Is there any questions for Mr. Saburi? Any questions?
Hello, sir. Do you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Sabri was mentioning there about the GDP. Can GDP be for us a bit? Can GDP be something for the social welfare? I just had a comment and would like to also hear your sir comments. I think since we know about the microeconomics and macroeconomics, since the GDP is one of the topics is more discussed in macroeconomics, and as we know, one of the limitations of the macroeconomics is that it does not regard about the social welfare. I think it can GDP cannot be accounted something for the social welfare. Uh, but I would like to also hear your comments and Mr. Sabri if he has more comments about this, about the GDP and why it is not accounted for the social welfare. As I know just one thing, that this is limitation of macroeconomics, but in microeconomics we mainly and uh, more discuss about the social welfare, individual welfare, and so on. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you for your good question. First, I'll leave it to Mr. Saburi to respond, and then maybe I will add something. But Mr. Saburi, how would you like to respond to this question?
Thank you very much. Yeah, nice question. Yeah, this the social welfare concept is these are discussed separately from the GDP. It it incepted in the Clinton administration, and because when the security issue came and the environmental problems, so they were measuring this apart from the GDP. So these are the factors that were not directly studied as part of GDP calculation that economics were usually doing. So this was so economics were all just playing with money and income and export and import. So that is why it is not very much related with the micro and macroeconomics, I think.
Yeah, very good response. Yes, and also I would like to add that basically GDP, as you know, is one of the factors that create macroeconomics. But those, parts of GDP that are related to microeconomics, you're talking about gross domestic product. So gross domestic product is all the products and services that are produced within the borders of the country for a certain period of time, like a year or a quarter of a year. So basically, that production, that consumption, definitely will influence the well-being of the households, because uh, the households will need certain products for their well-being. Let's say shelter, let's say food, let's say clothing, and all that will make those households to a certain level happy or unhappy. So part of the GDP will definitely influence the happiness of the society. It's true. It's very difficult to draw a very direct line between GDP and happiness, but but to a great extent, GDP will make a very huge impact on the happiness of the societies. You will see that majorly those societies, those countries that they have a good GDP, at the same time normally that they are at the like their well-being of the households is also at a good level. It's true that when it comes to GDP, like all of those who have very high GDP, there are certain discrepancies and differences. Like there are certain countries that have very high GDP, but people are not as happy. That's kind of a psychological factor of people looking at opportunity cost when you're doing so well, like countries like Japan or US. people lose that sense of content. You're always looking for something better, and that withdraws from your happiness. But that's after a certain level of well-being, after a certain level of happiness, then you are looking for something extra, and that's when all these come into the play. But to a certain extent, definitely GDP is needed. A good GDP is needed for a happy society. So I hope that helps. Who is going to do the next presentation? Miss Oria, would you want to do the next presentation? Okay, so let me make you the presenter, and then if you could go on to quick start, press on the arrow beside share my desktop, then you can either share your desktop, which seems that's what you're doing, or basically, yeah, upload your slides. Okay.
No.
I can hear you now, Ms. Oria. Please go ahead. I can hear you, Ms. Oria. Go ahead.
No, can you see the slide?
Oh, the slides. I saw that for a second. Let me see. Yeah, I can see the slides. GDP. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Hello everyone. Today my presentation is about GDP. It is a very brief and short information about GDP. GDP stands, as we know, for gross domestic product, and it was developed in US in 1934 by Simon. And what is GDP? GDP is a measure of all of the services and goods produced in a country over a specific period. And there are three ways to calculate GDP, or there are three methods that we can calculate GDP, which is GDPE, GDPI, and GDPT. The E, I, and P, which are coming in front of this GDP, it means that we are calculating GDP in which method. For example, GDPE, we are using expenditure method, or GDPCI, we are using income method, or we are using GDPP, we are using product method. And we can measure GDP in two different ways, which is real GDP and potential GDP. Real GDP is it will take the price of the past year to yes, can you see the slide?
No, they're gone. Oh, now we can see them.
Okay, yeah. And the potential GDP, it will take the past year price and it will consider it. And thank you. It was the very little information about this in GDP. If there is any question.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. Is there any questions for Ms. Oria? Does anybody wants to ask any question? Okay.
I just wanted to hear a little bit more about the last slide. She said about real GDP and Can you explain what do we mean by? I couldn't understand it well. Real GDP and what was the other?
Yes, Ms. Oria, would you want to explain the real GDP and potential GDP?
Yeah, real GDP, as I said, it take the prices of it will take the prices of the past year into consideration, and the potential GDP, it takes the current price into consideration. If it isn't clear, teacher, please you can add something.
Yeah. Like the potential GDP and real GDP, we also discussed, if you remember last session. We said GDP, real GDP is what the economy is actually in the actuality of the matter producing, like the exact number of products, services produced within a country for a certain amount of time. But potential is if like the resources and capabilities were utilized the max, what they would be able to produce. So sometimes potential GDP is less than real GDP, or like more. So if it's less, they always want to make the real GDP meet the potential GDP, and if it's more, means you're getting overworked. So sort of adjusting is a good idea. So we discussed that in the previous session also. Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Oria.
Thank you.
Mr. Muhammad Aziz, one time again, would you want to present today? Because this is your only chance to present. This is our last session. So are you ready to do any presentation? Mr. Muhammad Aziz? Okay, so do you want to do that? Okay, I'll make you the presenter. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Muhammad Aziz. I activated your microphone, so go ahead. Mr. Muhammad Aziz? Can you hear me? Are you able to present, Mr. Muhammad Aziz?
Yes. Do you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sir, do you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
I can hear you.
Sir, do you hear me?
Yes, I
do you
can
hear me, sir?
you.
Hello?
Yes, I
Hello?
hear you. I hear you, Mr. Muhammad Aziz. I hear you.
So I gotta start, yes.
Okay, yes, please. Go on to on the quick start, then press on the tab.
Present the my
Yes. Go to quick start, then press on the share my desktop.
So,
Either share your desktop or browse your slides.
how can I do the okay? Yes.
Did you find it?
Okay. Okay. No. Browse. Sorry, could you repeat it once more?
If you go to quick start, yes, Mr. Muhammad Aziz. If you go to quick start on the tab on the top, then you'll see in the middle of the page something is called
Sure.
Share My
Could you
Desktop.
repeat it once more?
What is that?
Hello?
I can hear you. What was your question again?
Sir, do you hear me?
I hear you, Mr. Muhammad Aziz, but you seem to be gone from the session. I can't make you the presenter. Oh,
Okay.
you seem to be
So
disconnected.
share my desktop. I just click it. Okay.
Because the thing is, your name.
I just going to share my desktop.
You know, your name seems to be off of the
Hello?
session. So why don't you log out and log back in? Because it doesn't show in the class anymore, your name.
I am here, sir.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Do you hear me, sir?
I hear you, but for some
I
reason.
just share my desktop, yeah?
Yes, but the thing is, I don't see your name in the class anymore. You seem to be logged out, or it's like a problem. So log out of the class and log back in.
I can see an internet problem, yeah?
Yeah, there's a technical problem. So log out and log back in. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Log out of the class and log back in.
Shall I send the presentation to you in email?
Yes, because I'm the presenter already, and your name is not showing in the class in my box. So seems like you're disconnected or not connected properly.
Okay.
So try to log back in the class, and then I'll make you the presenter. Are you still there? Are you still there? Yeah, it seems he's gone. I asked him to log out and log back in, but I'm not sure why he's not able to come back. So while he's trying to log back in, is there any questions? So this is going to be your last session. I think he did, but I don't know. Anyways, are there any questions? As you know, this is our last session, final session for your presentations. And then you'll have until April 30th to submit your final papers, answered 4 of those questions that you were given in an essay. And so are there any questions before end of the class? Very good. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, I will send all of the slides to you one more time, Mr. Sabri, to all of you. So from the session 1 all the way to the end, so everybody has the slides. Sure. Okay, so we will wait for another couple minutes for Mr. Muhammad Aziz and see if he's going to make it. Otherwise, we can end the class. Unfortunately, there might be, yes, you can probably buy that on Amazon. The soft copies of the books are cheaper. You can buy them online, on Amazon, on like different online websites. So you can probably find a soft copy of the book online as well. Normally there should be. I mean, when you go to Amazon.com, look for the title, and then when it comes up, it says soft copy. So you should be able to find the soft copy and download. When you want to download, you need to purchase it, and then when you purchase it, then you should be able to download it. Okay, so it doesn't seem like Mr. Muhammad Aziz is going to make it. So thank you, everyone, for your participation in the class, for your hard work. And it was a pleasure like doing the business economics with you guys. All the best of luck to you. Oh, he's back. Oh, that's great. Oh, my pleasure. Hello? Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Muhammad Aziz.
Sir, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Now go ahead on to quick start and try to upload or share your desktop for us.
Okay. So okay. 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 Sir, can you see the slide?
No, I can't see the slides yet.
Hello.
Okay, now it seems like you're getting there. You're sharing your desktop now. Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like it. You're on the right track.
Okay. Okay. Can you see this, sir?
Yes, now I can see your desktop.
Hello.
I can see it now. Yes.
Hello. Do you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Shall
And
I
I can,
start?
yeah, go ahead and start.
Shall I start? Okay. Okay. Thanks for the teacher and thanks for the classmate. Actually, I had in the last moment I get not to prepare this slide. The slide is not too much prepared, so I just want to review and what I got from the last program about the economics is just I'm going to review. So actually, we have the regarding the economics two basic points. One exchange and one barter. To trade one thing for another. This means exchanging. This is, for example, I want to trade in my green desk for a blue one. So this is an exchange. These are the basics of the first stage of the economics. The barter, the exchange of goods or services without money. This comes from the last stage of the world that during that time there was no money. All the goods and services was changing without money. It means the system was goods to goods or things to things. Example, I will give you my cake for your ice cream. These are two types of exchange, which is coming from the first starting of the economic in the world. So once the money has started, now we have three kinds of the money: cash, checks, and credit cards. Normally, we are using these three types, and we're going to discuss about the needs and wants. Needs, what people must have to live: food, clothes, shelters. And wants, the things we would like to have but can live without. The needs are the essential parts, and these are very fundamental aspects of life, but the ones what we want, if we did not receive it, we can leave. But if you will have it, it will be good. What is the economic choice? You make an economic choice when you only have money for certain items, not all. For example, I do not have enough money for both popcorn and pretzel. I must choose. So I buy the popcorn. That's my economic choice. The economic choice is a part that based on what you wish, what you have chance to use very perfectly from your the chance or the sources which you have in your hand. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Now we're going to talk about the opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, what you must give up when you make an economic choice. For example, I choose the popcorn, so I have to give up the pretzel. That's my opportunity cost. So it means I need to select one from two things which I have the plan based on my resources to get one. It means I need to choose the popcorn. This is my opportunity cost. Now, what it basically and roughly I'm gonna talk about the supply and demand. What's the supply? Supply is the amount of a good or services available, and demand is what people are willing and able to buy. This is based on this explanation, you will figure out what's the supply and what's the demand. And the demand is what we have in our hand, and supply is what the people willing and able to buy. Now the other point is the scarcity. Sometimes there is not enough of something to go around. That item is scarcity. Example, we have very limited parts like the here you can see in the high screen, singers, and also the amount of less. It means sometimes there is not enough things to go around. Number of people, but very less ice cream. This is called scarcity. So what can I do with my money? There are the three areas that we can play with our money: spend it, or save it, or invest it. Give people money to use it, to make more money, like in stocks and bonds, or make any other businesses. Now here you can see the goods and services. Goods you see, and also the services. The services, what is a part of product which is coming from the 3 to 4 a few stages of raw material working together, which makes the services. And the three types of resources work together in our economy: natural resources, human resources, and capital resources. These three steps all together makes the the split of the economy. And natural resources or things we get from nature: oil, coal, trees, water. These are called natural resources. The human resources are jobs done by humans at work. This is called human resources. And capital resources are the machines, tools, and buildings needed to do a job. Producers make goods or provide services. And also, what's the consumer? The consumer are people use or buy goods and services. Economic specialization. Individual or groups who concentrate on one type of goods or services. This is called by the name of economic specialization, like farmers which is working in a land of in a form of apples, and carpenters which is working in a workshop to use raw material from wooden and change it to a product like windows, doors, and cupboards. Interdependence. People need each other for goods and services. This is called interdependence. You see, in the society, there is a system like a chain. The carpenter is connected to the forest, and on the other hand, to the market to get the steel materials, and from the forest, the carpenter is receiving the dry wood. And this is called interdependence. It means hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sir, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Would you? I think.
Can you see the slide?
I can't see the slides.
Sir, can you see the slide?
No, I can't. Seems like you're logged out again.
I think due to a net problem.
Why don't you conclude and then email me the slides? Like finish in the next minute or so. Just go to your conclusion and then email me the slides.
So at the end of the stage, I'm going to talk about. Shall I continue?
Just go to your conclude, and within the next minute, and also email me the slides.
So in the conclusion, just shall I conclude it? Then I will send you the slide, sir.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll send you the slide. And so what we have talked about all this. So we have talked about all the aspects from where the economy started, from the first stage of the life of economy, which is start from the exchange and barter, go to the money, from money to needs and wants, also the economic choice, opportunity cost, supply and demand. Altogether, it all expresses that the economic is a fundamental aspect of life. Those that they count on economic, they understand the economy, they can do a lot, much more better, and do a lot for the people, do a lot for their own self. And do you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Please try to conclude in the next minute.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your time is almost up, so please try to conclude in the next minute.
Hello?
I can hear you. Please try to finish. Your time is up.
Okay. I got it. This all expressed that the economic is very important in the life, and I hear you too, sir. So I can hear you too, sir. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Finish. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, do you hear me, sir?
I hear you. Please go ahead. Finish. It's
Hello?
yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? So that's so. Sir, do you hear me?
I hear you. Please go ahead and finish.
Sir, do you hear me? So, just at the last, in the conclusion, so in the last, yeah, I do hear you too. So in the conclusion, we figure out that the economic is a basic and fundamental aspect of life, and that's why it's important. Sir,
Yeah, it seems he has gone again and he almost concluded. So with that being said, we can finish the class here. Thank you so much, everyone, and all the best of luck to you. And hopefully I'll see you in the next classes in next semesters.
Thank you very much, sir. Can I take just 1 minute, or 1 last minute, sir, if you have time?
Sure.
I kindly request if it is possible, because I once tried to discuss with the WWS administration and send them a message, but I did not get anything through. We would like also, we wanted to have a specialization class, but I think it was missed or somewhere someone forgot it. And I was really wondering how and when we can have some specialization class. And I wanted also to study in your class in the specialization in maybe business strategy or business economics. So it was two interesting subjects for me. And unfortunately, I don't know how it will be arranged or when, because our semester is also going to end in a few days or some maybe 3 more weeks. I'm really just in a kind of how do we call it, ambivalence feeling. I don't know what to say.
Sure. You're talking about majoring in business economics or business strategy. Are you talking about like next courses in the next semester?
No, I was talking about the majoring. Yes, majoring. Yes. Because if we finish, we have to have a major as well. But still, we don't have anything. Nobody discussed about this. It just was
absolutely
missed something.
Sure. Yes, I will talk to admin about it and have them announce how you can specialize in major like business strategy or economics, and then based on that you can follow. So I will absolutely follow up with them and express your question about that. So they'll get back to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Wish you all the best.
Absolutely. Same to you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, and hopefully I'll see you in the next classes.
Yes, good to you as well. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.